Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about one of the physiographic divisions of India, that is the Peninsular Plateau. Firstly, I would like to explain you the meaning of peninsula and the meaning of plateau. What is peninsula? Peninsula is a landmass which is surrounded by water from three sides. And plateau, it's a flat land, it's a high land which is flat at the top and one of its sides as a steep side. So Peninsular Plateau here you can see in India is surrounded by water from three sides. Okay, and that is why it is named so. Now let us try to understand what is the background of this plateau. Peninsular Plateau is a part of an old landmass called as Gondwana land, and this plateau is made up of igneous and metamorphic rocks. What is Gondwana land? There is a story behind this. Here in this picture you can see that around 250 million years ago, the earth was not the same as it looks today. The old land masses were combined together and that landmass was called as Pangaea. Over the period of time, Pangaea broke into Gondwana land and Laurasia, and further Gondwana land segregated into different continents that we call today as South America, Africa, Australia, Indian subcontinent and Antarctica. So peninsular India is one of the part of that, and that is why we say that it is made up of the Gondwana. It is a part of Gondwana land. Alright. So now what is igneous rock and what is metamorphic rock? Igneous rocks are also called as primary rocks. These are the rocks which are formed by the hot material that is coming out of earth and called as magma and lava. Because of the cooling and solidification of that magma and lava, these rocks are formed. Here you can see that hot material is called as magma when it is inside the earth, and when it comes out, the same material is called as lava. Alright, so this was about igneous rock. Now what is metamorphic rocks? Metamorphic rocks are the rocks which are formed by some changes in the form of the existing rocks. Alright, so these are metamorphic rocks. Here some examples of metamorphic rocks are shown here. Alright, so now next let us try to understand the different divisions of the Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau is divided into four parts: the Indian Plateau, the Deccan Plateau, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. First is the Indian Plateau. The Indian Plateau begins from the Aravalli Hills in the northwest. The Aravalli Hills form the oldest mountain system of India. Moving further southwards, between the Aravallis and the Vindhya ranges lies the Malwa Plateau. And after that follows almost parallel ranges of Vindhyas and Satpura. Okay. Now here you can observe one thing, that to the northeast of this plateau is the Chota Nagpur Plateau, which is quite famous for its valuable mineral deposits. And to the west of the Aravallis is the Thar Desert. Okay. And the Vindhyas range that extend in east-west direction, it forms the northern boundary of the Deccan. Okay. The second one is the Deccan Plateau. The word Deccan means south. The Deccan Plateau is situated to the south of Narmada River, and this is the largest plateau in India. The northern part of the Deccan has some minor ranges. They are Rajmahal Hills, Mahadev Hills and Michael Range in Madhya Pradesh, and Ajanta and Satmala Hills in Maharashtra. Here you can observe that Deccan Plateau is triangular in shape, and this plateau is flanked by Western Ghats in the west and Eastern Ghats in the east. Now the third one is the Western Ghats. The Western Ghats rise abruptly from coastal plains to an average height of 1200 meters to 2440 meters. The northern half of the Western Ghats are known as Sahyadris. The Western Ghats have Sahyadri Hills and also the Nilgiri Hills. Nilgiri Hills are also called as Blue Mountains. To the south of Nilgiris are the Annamalai Hills, Cardamom Hills and Palni Hills. Anamudi in Annamalai Hills is the highest peak in the peninsular region. Its height is 2,695 meters. Now, there is one very interesting thing, that the plateau has a very sharp edge all along its western direction and it slopes gently from west to the east, due to which all the rivers of Deccan except Narmada and Tapi flows into the Bay of Bengal. The next one is the Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats stretch from Mahanadi to Nilgiris in the south and forms the eastern fringe of the dissected plateau. The Eastern Ghats are not a continuous chain of mountains as is the case of Western Ghats. The Eastern Ghats disappear for about 150 kilometers between the Godavari and Krishna valleys. It is because of the formation of deltas by these rivers. So this was about what the Peninsular Plateau is, how does it look like, what are its different divisions, what is it composed of, how is it related to Gondwana land. Alright, so I hope you understood this topic. Thank you so much.